disappointing loss this past week.
Yeah, it was tough, but I told, we talked in the offensive unit room, like nothing's going to change. We're going to keep attacking the process and learning, getting better every single day. I think obviously whenever something like that happens, it's just like people search a lot after a loss for everything, and it's not going to be really big changes. It's just small improvements, and we know the team we have, and so I think for us, we're not changing our stripes just because of the outcome. That's never what it's been. We're growing and looking to be the best we can be every single Saturday. So we're just focused on 1-0 this week. It's the only thing that you really can look at. It's if you get big picture, it can be pretty easy to get stuck in that rabbit hole.
Coaches always talk about football teams, you get 11 chances, nothing else is guaranteed after that, and there's so much practice going involved. Is that, you're just trying to not just enjoy it, but embrace each and every opportunity you have left to play?
For sure, and I think it's also, like you said, like there's only 11 guaranteed, so it's disrespectful to this program, to the game, to our teammates to take it for granted. And so as much as like that, it sucked and it really hurt. Yesterday it already felt like we had, flipped the page once we were done watching the film, and we're just going to keep, like I said, keep getting better, and 1-0 this week. Like that's all we can do. Not even 1-0 this week, 1-0 in this moment, in this practice. And so that's the mindset that we have, and we got a lot of really resilience this year in this team, and no one's quitting because we want to go put on a really good product every Saturday still.
Nolan, when you go back and look at the film from Saturday, and with how that game ended up being a shootout, having to kick those 3 field goals early, how would you have liked to see your offense better execute in those situations?
Yeah, we talked about it. We just got to put up 7 instead of 3 in the red zone. I had an opportunity that I missed that cost us. Just little things like we talked about in our unit meeting. If it's 1 out of 11, that's not executing, that's too many. And the standard that we're holding as an offense, like it just wasn't good enough. And so just more stuff to learn, and we trust in Coach Chapin full go. Like I play for him. I told him that after the game. I said, I'm always going to play for you. I trust you. I believe in you. I believe in every single guy on our offense and what we've built. And so I think that's the biggest thing, just execution across the board. And our standard is a lot higher than other offenses in the country. So
you mentioned that standard. How have you kind of seen you guys kind of rise up, especially after only scoring 10 points in the first game, to where you're at now? You're averaging 30 points per game. Just how have you kind of seen the growth in your offense?
Yeah, it's funny you mentioned that. I haven't even really thought about it. It's almost like we're in a tunnel right now, and you don't look side to side or back. Like we're just so focused on the present moment. But I think, like a quick glimpse back, like for sure we've grown a lot, and I think the player accountability has gotten a lot better. And just I told Efton, like there was drives last game and in the Weber game where it just feels like we're in a flow as 11 as one, which is really cool, and something that I haven't really felt in other years. We were so electric in 21, but there was just so much other stuff going on. It feels like guys are really buying into what Coach Chapin preaches and just being us. So
Coach has talked about it all season long about how tough it is to win in this conference. Can you give some perspective being out there, how much of a gauntlet it is week after week?
Yeah, I think one thing that's maybe interesting for people to think about, and that I didn't really realize until I got to college ball, is that you're only 1 of 11 and on usually like one unit, right? And then special teams, maybe, right? I'm a guy that plays on a bunch of different special teams, but some guys only play on one special teams and then maybe a couple snaps on defense, and it's just crazy how much is really out of your control. And so it's really hard. We prepared our tails off this whole off season, and we're still not getting the results that we want. So there's obviously still some things to clean up, which we will continue to clean up every week. But especially the Big Sky, like I'm really grateful to be in this conference. It's any given Saturday, and it's been cool to see that level of competition rise with, whether that's better recruiting, transfers coming in, better coaching, all that. But it definitely, like I said, especially in the Big Sky, it doesn't, you're not just going to win any game. You got to show up every single Saturday and play your ass off. So
what is it going to take to bounce back this week?
Yeah, like I said, like just winning the moment. It's so easy to, this is just life. And I think it's so easy to do the right things when you're on top. And so we're going to find out what we're made of as individuals, as a team, what our real character is. And I think that I believe in every single guy, and that, like I said, we're not going to disrespect this game, this program, the alumni, everything, and that you do only get 11 guaranteed. And even if we were going to playoffs, like, sure, it'd feel a lot better doing the actions we're doing, but the actions wouldn't be any different. We'd show up to practice, we'd give it everything we had, and so that's what I think it's going to be, just winning the moment.
Can you talk a little bit about Cal Poly's defense and what you guys see and what you need to do?
Yeah, you're pretty talented back end. They got some good length, one of their corners into the boundary, and so I'm excited to go against that. You know, they've improved. They were pretty young last year, and so it's cool to see the improvements, and it's exciting to have a good challenge going into this week. They got a good D tackle, definitely a very, very solid unit, so it'll be good to get after them.
Thanks, Nolan.
Thank you.
Thanks, sir.